What's up, everybody? So today we are going to talk about the difference between projection, longevity, and sillage, because I'm realizing a lot of people are mixing those three things together when reviewing fragrances. And I need to let you know that this is not my normal content. That's important to know, right? I was going to do this video anyway, but then I was asked to do this video, and it just gave me the motivation to actually record it and post it. Second, I don't want to keep talking about this fragrance. I'm probably going to use it as an example because there's so many people that need to know regarding this fragrance that have not purchased it yet. And only because of the price tag am I talking about this fragrance. Normally, the fragrances I review, I go to Dollar Tree, I go to Five Below, I do $30, $40, $50 perfumes, okay? And for the most part, I have a lot of perfumes here and I wait to post until it's on sale so that you guys get my review at the time it's on sale. Because if you're like me, you're a smart shopper. You're not really paying full price or don't want to pay full price, right? So even if it's $55, you're waiting to see if it drops to $45, which I am mad at that. So I do have perfumes here. Just real quick, we have a new one, Dozora. We have a new one, Melted Glaze. And usually I wait to post on these until the price drops so that you guys get my review around the time that the price is lower. But I think I'm going to do it a little differently now. I'm going to start posting early and then maybe repost when the price drops type of thing, so that okay, if you see my review, now's the time to buy type of thing, which I've been thinking about doing for you guys. But I just want to let you guys know that when it comes to those types of fragrances, I'm actually okay with sometimes having weak sillage and weak projection because I will reapply, I will layer with another fragrance to boost it, etc., etc. I just dropped a video recently on a soft scent that I needed another fragrance to pair with it because it's a very soft scent. And but I don't usually care when it comes to that dollar price. I need to be specific about that because if you think I do this for all of them, I do not, okay? When the tag gets higher, it gets more of a detailed review. And if you think that it's just this fragrance, it's not. I have a review on my page where I do a comparison of Kayali versus Gulf Orchid. Kayali is the same price tag as this. So please do not think, oh, it's just, no, I've done it already. That was months ago, but you can find it. So moving on to what we're here to talk about. But I just need to get the people in the back. I felt like the people in the back need to know that, okay? So first, let's talk about projection. Projection is how far a fragrance radiates off of your skin, okay? Basically how big your scent bubble is around you, all right? Now, sillage is spelled S-I-L-L-A-G-E, and that is your scent trail. That is what you leave behind you. So projection, around you, sillage, behind you. And then longevity is just simply how long it lasts on your skin. Now, a fragrance can last for hours on skin and still have weak projection and weak sillage after the opening. That is scientifically possible and happens more than you think. I had asked her in her comments, how long does she get projection for? And her response was, I got 8 hours and could have gotten more, but I had to change my outfit. And that response still threw me because that response is related to longevity, because clothing retention and how long you still smell a fragrance are usually one and the same. Projection, again, is the scent bubble around you while the fragrance is actively radiating outward, meaning I have a video. Boom. I have a video that I just posted, a whole scent layering routine, where I was radiating so much that someone that was more than 6 feet could smell me. That was my projection. That was the pairings that I made with the two fragrances to make them radiate that far to where someone more than 6 feet could smell me. Okay. The longevity, again, is how long you smell it for. And that is a simple, yep, still there. Yep, still there. That is longevity. Okay. So a fragrance can absolutely last 8 hours on clothes or skin while only projecting strongly for the first hour to 2 hours. Now, for a minute, let's talk about Midnight Sin. On my testing strip, I got a burst of chocolate immediately, even though chocolate is listed in the base notes. That chocolate opening lasted for about a good 30 minutes on the strip. Then, after the first 10 minutes, though, of the chocolate opening, I got the cherry liqueur. I only knew cherry liqueur was present because of the liqueur tickle to my nose, okay? I am not someone who can pick up on cherry like that. If you're a cherry lover, you probably can pick up on cherry pretty quickly, okay? I knew cherry was present when I got the liqueur tickle to my nose, and it actually changed the chocolate to a Tootsie Roll Pop, cherry smell, okay, for me, to my nose, because the chocolate did change at that point. And that was from the 10 minutes to the 20 minutes, okay, because chocolate is still present and the cherry is still present. Now, people's noses will pick up on certain things differently. I've said this in another video. No one is wrong when it comes to fragrances and what their nose picks up. You can't tell someone they're wrong. It's not possible. For instance, I don't like peony, so my nose will pick up on peony in a mint. That got peony. That's peony. I smell it. I got it, right? where I love pistachio. If something has pistachio, I'm going to pick up on it immediately. Okay. Same with people that like cherry or rose or things like that. All the other notes are what I've been studying, realizing to be able to pick out and find and know what's there. Do I still buy fragrances with peony? Yes. And I suggest you do the same, because in some formulations, I don't smell peony at all, depending on what it's wrapped in. Okay. So you will see, I think I have a video of me saying that there's a peony fragrance that I actually like because the way it's blanketed, I could hardly smell it. Right. So it really just depends on if peony is very forward in a fragrance or if it takes the back seat. So going back to Midnight Sin, after the 30 minutes, the chocolate and the cherry completely left, and the white florals started to make their presence known. Once they fully bloomed, that's when the chocolate came back without the cherry, and I got vanilla. That seems to track with a lot of people, actually, except some people are getting the chocolate and the patchouli, some people are getting the chocolate and the vanilla. I got the white florals, the chocolate, and the vanilla. I like vanilla. I think it's used a lot, but I do like vanilla, so I'm actually able to pick up vanilla. Sometimes it's hard for me to pick up the difference between vanilla and tonka bean, though, and that's just me being honest. I'm still learning that part, okay? But I do recognize the presence of vanilla more than I recognize the presence of patchouli. So that's what my nose picked up. And if you are the same, then you probably picked up what I picked up, which is why I see, people pick up basically everybody saying they got the white florals and the chocolate, but it'll be interchanged between patchouli or vanilla. And science-wise, that progression that I got actually makes sense based on the fragrance structure. So that's when I had to double check myself when I was looking at all these reviews, because I felt like I was on point. What I was explaining to you, what I got was on point for what I knew science-wise of what should have happened, and also what I experienced. So what I experienced science-wise, once again, that progression actually makes sense based off of the structure. Now, again, the opening, some people got cherry earlier than me. I didn't smell it till 10 minutes in. Some people got cherry right off the bat, but their nose picks up on cherry better than mine. They might love cherry, so they smell it right off the bat. Neither one is wrong. I'm not wrong. The people that got the same thing I got, they're not wrong. Neither are the other people. They're not wrong either. It just depends on what you pick up first. But the ending result has basically tracked between everyone. Whether you're a fan, whether you're a collector, or whether you're a content creator, definitely you'll see that the ending result tracks across the board. The sweeter gourmand materials in the opening are more diffusive up front, while the softer white florals, musk, vanilla, and patchouli settle in and wear closer over time. Skin chemistry can influence fragrance performance, but projection and sillage are also affected by the fragrance structure itself and how diffusive the aroma chemicals are. Science-wise, the sillage I experienced actually lines up with the structure of the fragrance. Sillage, again, is the scent trail that lingers behind you when you move through air. Strong sillage usually comes from fragrances built with highly diffusive materials that continue radiating outward over time. Now, I know you're like, well, Raven, what is a diffusive material? I got you. If you want fragrances with stronger projection, with stronger sillage, you usually want to look for notes like ambroxan, amber, woods, ouds, heavy musk, smoky resins, incense, patchouli, heavy bases, or strong woody accords. Those types of materials tend to push outward more and create bigger scent bubbles and stronger scent trails. Some patchoulis can come off earthy, dark, damp, almost soil-like, or very heavy and gothic. Other patchoulis are blended softer and smoother into fragrances to add warmth, depth, sweetness, or help support the gourmand notes like chocolate and vanilla that exist in a fragrance. And as the creator said, he used a softer patchouli, not a dirty patchouli. So you're not going to get the sillage and projection that you normally would with a dirty patchouli. Midnight Sin opens up with sweeter gourmand materials and citrus notes that can create a stronger opening scent bubble at first. But as those sweeter top materials begin evaporating, the fragrance transitions into softer white florals, creamy notes, vanilla, musk, and patchouli. And those types of notes can absolutely have good longevity on skin while producing a softer scent trail after the opening phase. So scientifically, it makes sense that some people may experience a stronger scent trail in the beginning, then a softer, more intimate scent bubble later on, which completely tracks with what I gave you in my review. I'm not here to play in y'all's faces. I'm doing this education for a reason. Oh, if you like this type of content, just leave me a like, leave me a comment. We are not here to bash anyone. This is not me calling anyone out. And from her tone, she seems like a very nice woman. And I don't think she meant any harm at all, okay? And if you come in my comments talking about, well, I got projection for 8 hours, you got a special batch, baby, okay? So until next time, bye.